Let's smash some skulls! Go for the jugular!
Critical.
Reload.
Agent vital signs 0. Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent killed.
That is like the 4th fucking time. I am getting constantly stuck on shit like that. It's literally more broke now than it was in the closed beta. That shit is happening all the time. What the hell? If you climb up on something, you just get stuck on it every fucking time now. This has gotten ridiculous. Not to mention bullets not hitting. I mean, I nailed that bitch a bunch of times with the sniper rifle. That shit just doesn't hit, I guess. I don't even know. What? That's not the cover it was pointed to. What the hell? I'm trying not to be a bitcher, but damn. I mean, how do you release the game for an open beta worse off than it was in the closed beta? Well, that's hitting now.
Search for survivors. They may be hiding.
That was ridiculous. That was truly ridiculous. Especially considering that's like an opening mission. Like, what the fuck?
Thank God.
We'll stay here until it's safe, then head to the theater.
Oh, hell. He's gonna come up right behind me. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. ADS is not working anymore. Alright. ADS just quit working. Dude, what? Oh my god, there's absolutely no warning on grenades. Like, they completely took that out of the game now, I guess. What? And of course, same thing every time. Try to run behind me. Wow, that bitch is fast. She was way over there in the corner and she just like sprinted over here. Like, the tactics are, I think honestly the tactics are even more limited now than they were last game. This game they do the same thing every time. They try and like run around you and flank you, or they throw grenades and shit at you to try to force you out of cover, and then they light you up. That's it. Like, it's the same shit every time. Well, that was great. And you know, we were all happy about the time to kill and it was so much better. Wait till you face one of these guys. Like, they're just bullet sponges. Like crazy. Just keep going with it. Holy shit! Bitch.
You got there when you did. This could have turned out tragic.
I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. This is like a level 3 mission. Like, Division, I don't want to call them pros, but veterans, people who played the shit out of 1 and maxed out on 1 and optimized and all that, they'll probably be okay, but your average, like, new player is gonna struggle like a motherfucker in this. This is just nuts. I say that as somebody who optimized in 1. Like, I mean, anybody who's seen my channel knows I do the solo challenging videos and all that stuff. Like, I consider myself quite decent at Division 1, and this is nuts. Fucking... Okay, that makes no sense. How'd the deer get on the roof? I had to take ropes up here, because all the stairs are blocked off. We got deer on the roof. Okay. Whatever. How the hell do I get out of here?
Incoming backup request.
That's why that's happening constantly. All those incoming backup requests are because agents are dying. And that's probably new guys who don't really know how the game works. They don't know what to watch for. And so they're just getting overwhelmed, like, very quickly. I don't know. They're going to have to scale that back. They're going to have to scale that back. Otherwise, the only people they're going to hold are hardcores. That was nuts. That was nuts. Just to show, I'm not kidding. Like, literally, I'm still in the first area. That's crazy. 192. 192 or 190? Like, what a jump. Nice. Got an AUG 3. 725. Nah, I ain't switching to that. Lose rounds and shit? Nah. I don't like this either, the new attachment things. You don't actually collect attachments. You just open up the thing and then you can just slot an attachment every time. I mean, it makes it easier, I guess, but it takes away a lot of the, like, finding better attachments, because every attachment you get, or every attachment you unlock or whatever, like, takes major things away from you. You almost don't even want to use them. They also added a lot of recoil. There wasn't near that much recoil in the closed beta. The recoil's off the charts now. I mean, I guess all this is stuff that can be fixed, but damn, how do you go backwards? Like, with all the problems games are having nowadays, how do you go backwards? Damn, how do you go backwards? I don't know. Anthem can go and fucking die. Sorry, Anthem can fucking stay dead. Yeah, I agree. 100%. I actually made a rant video about it earlier. It's because I'm in-game level 30, masterworked items and all that shit, and I realized very quickly there's literally no actual in-game. Like, they can put all the new, like, different roles they want to in it, but the gear's not any stronger. So, like... And, like, me and an entire team wiped on normal earlier because of how crazy it's scaled. So, like, Grandmaster and all that, like, fuck that. Even with this shit being all crazy, I'd rather play this than that garbage. At least I know, like, as I gear up, like, things will get better. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. The road mark, yeah, it's... Well, here's the funny thing. If you've played all the way through... What the fuck is going on? Oh, it's just redoing it over and over again. Come on, Division. You're better than this. You're better than this. At least you should be. You've already done this once. I mean, what the fuck is there... Yeah. No. The funny thing is, if you play through to level 30, right? One of the very last scenes you get... is like with this general or whatever, and he pulls back a blanket to show you like some new alien they found. if you played Andromeda, you're gonna recognize the alien like right off the bat. Because it's the alien bad guys from Andromeda. They're just reusing them. It's fucking sad. Like, everything about that game is a goddamn joke. Division, like, I'm bitching a little bit, but most things in this game seem pretty decent. Like, there's not a lot of, like, horrible shit going on. I mean, you got some glitches. I'm still getting stuck on roofs and stuck on cover and shit like that, which... it's kind of crazy because that was, like, one of the biggest problems in the closed beta. Which tells me they didn't really change much from the closed beta. And that's worrisome. That's real worrisome. But yeah, Anthem, it's not even that the game is broken and all that shit. I mean, it is, but that's not even really the problem. The problem with Anthem is 100%, like, there's no point to it. There's like, once you get a couple masterwork weapons and level 36 mods, which you can do every bit of that on easy. I did it all on normal. You're done. Like, that's it. There's no other gear. Like, there's not better gear to go get to actually do the harder levels. They're gonna kill their own game. Makes the Division 2 look like one of the best loot. Oh, I guarantee you, even with the problems it has right now, I mean, this is beta, so, like, I can gripe about this stuff, but most likely, the majority of this stuff will be fixed. And Division's already, like, I gotta turn this down a little bit. I can barely even hear myself. Oh, come on. Give us a master volume. This is... sucks that they didn't do that. Oh, you can't turn down, like, the speaker shit if you run near a radio. That's kind of weird. But okay. Division has learned a lot from the last one. You can already tell. I'm assuming they're going to make some of the same mistakes. I mean, they already are with the gear and stuff. And they're kind of going backwards. Like I said, not giving us mods and all that kind of stuff, just making us, like, earn this bullshit. That's garbage. Yeah, if I had a recommendation to them right now, I would say get rid of this stuff. Get rid of this stuff. Because the idea that you just open up a mod and then suddenly you have a mod for every single weapon, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it just, I don't know, it's not very good. They can do better than that. Honestly, I'd go back and just do the regular mod stuff. But, whatever. But, that stuff can be worked out, and I'm sure Division will. But, yeah, Anthem, you know, their big update that they keep advertising is to change what's on the loop drops, but I don't understand how nobody's talking about, like, why is there not stronger loot in the game? Why everything I get on normal is the exact same stuff I'll get in Grandmaster 3. So then all it is bragging rights, and so you're going to have a couple people who do it, you know, probably streamers who want to, like, make a video and say, oh, look, I'm so badass, I played on Grandmaster. Okay, that's fine, and props to them. I got nothing against them. But that has no longevity. That won't last. So, I don't know, that game's going to kill itself. And that's what happens when you let a storytelling company make a video game without the story. Like they have no idea what they're doing. And you even got guys, like, you have developers from Diablo trying to tell them, hey, your loot game is completely fucked. And they're just not listening. Yeah, I agree, dude. I completely agree. Division 1, it started out... See, I played the alpha in Division 1 on PC, and it was garbage. It was horrible. it was cool because it was the first time we'd seen anything like that, but the game itself was horrible. And then when the beta came out, like, people just went apeshit, and they were like, what the hell is this? And Ubisoft did themselves a lot of favor because when the game actually released, it was 10 times better. Anthem failed to do that at all. The beta came out, and even before the beta, you know, the private testers, because they don't do alphas anymore, they just pick the streamers who are most likely going to be nice to them, and the YouTube content creators, and they let them play the game first. So they'll get a bunch of good reviews, and what happened was even those guys were like, nah, this is garbage. And Anthem made the horrible mistake of not planning for that. They just planned on all these people. This is why you see these YouTube videos now of people talking about they lost their sponsorships. It's because they put out negative Anthem videos. And Anthem's like 100% tied in with EA, who owns most of those sponsorship companies. They're the ones who decide who gets sponsorships and who don't. So if you say something negative about them, they're like, oh, well, we don't fucking think so. It's ridiculous. That's not even all that funny to me as a content creator myself, and I'm small. I'm not trying to compare myself to those guys. But as a content creator myself, I know how that stuff works, and it's more hilarious to me, not the guys that lost their sponsorships, but the guys who didn't. The guys who are still releasing content like Anthem is so great, and I don't know why anybody's bitching about it. It's broke as hell. And I'm not even talking about the load screen or the glitches or any of that shit. I'm talking about, like, the loot itself. They have a difficulty tier game with one difficulty loot. So it just doesn't make any sense. It's like nobody thought it out. That's really what happened, is nobody thought that out. So, I don't know. I like I said, I made a whole rant video about it earlier, and I'm done. I have 3 characters who are, I guess, maxed. Like, there's nothing else to do. And so, I guess I have 3. I don't even care about maxing out my Colossus. The other 3 are maxed out, and I'm done. And it's just sad, because it was like literally 3 days worth of gameplay. And I was done. That's a actually an $80 game. Like, what the fuck? Just, I don't know. I don't even know if that can be saved. I really don't. Because they would have to... It's not that, like, they could just, you know, rework the loot. They would literally have to put in entire new tiers of loot for that game to work correctly. Because, you know, like, Division gets it right. They've gotten it right off the bat. Because your loot will steadily gain with you all the way to max level. And then after max level, you'll have, like, what do they call them? They were golds in Division 1. I forget what they're called. But you'll have those, and those allow you to get to in-game. They allow you to play the in-game. And then after that, we'll have gear sets. And the gear sets allow you to actually do well in the in-game. And then you mid-max your gear set, and that allows you to dominate. And that's the point. You put in all that work, and in the end, you solo challenging and stuff like that. Like, that's the point of a looter shooter. Going all the way back to Borderlands. You know, Borderlands was OP1. You play on OP1, you get weapons for OP1. Those let you do OP2. You do OP2, you get weapons for OP3, and you just work your way through. And Anthem they left that entire thing out. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't even understand how that happened. They definitely didn't test. They didn't test at all. They didn't test the in-game at all. Which is scary, because that's like, wait a minute. Like, a lot of us were claiming that a lot of these game companies weren't testing their in-games, like, or not even testing their games, period. They were just putting them together and letting developers say what should be in it, because the developers have this idea in their head, but the developers usually aren't that good at the game themselves. Like, we saw this in Division 1 when you saw Hamish and all those guys get caught in the DZ and they just get ripped to pieces, because they didn't actually know how to play their own game. And so, like, that's why the content creators had so much say in what changed in the Division 1, was because Ubisoft realized very quickly, our developers don't know how to play this game. We need to listen to the people that are actually playing it. And that's why I'm like, I'm not too worried about Division 2. It's got a lot of issues still. I'm still getting stuck on things, and they're charging me and with weird shit. I don't know, just triple grenades with no grenade warning. Like, that kind of stuff has got to go, especially in the beginning. In the beginning of the game, that's just crazy. But I guarantee they'll fix most of this shit. They really will. People will complain about it, and Ubisoft will be like, okay, no problem, because they know what's going to sell games. Oh yeah. Well, we're seeing this constantly. I mean, if you want to see something really funny, and I don't mean to put you off my channel onto someone else's, but there's a 2K19 NBA 2K19 streamer called Agent 00. And he did a video recently about, so Shaquille O'Neal has he has like a big profit margin in the 2K Playgrounds game, which is like a cartoony basketball game. And it's actually pretty big, like a lot of people play it. And so he was doing this thing, and I know Shaq isn't a developer, but his name is all over this thing, and he's like talking about how great this game is and all this kind of stuff. And it's this video of him, and he's like live, like supposed to be playing this game, and they caught him because he's not even pressing the right buttons for what's happening on the screen. And then it shows like behind him there's this guy sitting there with a controller. He's not even playing his own game. And got caught red-handed. And it's just like, that's the kind of shit that's happening now, is we're the gamers are getting smarter than the game companies. And a lot of us are starting to realize, or at least starting to be heard about what these companies have been doing. And it's kind of crazy. Yeah, see, that's happening constantly, that agent in need of backup. That's because another agent died. I'm telling you, the game is like way overscaled for the beginning. It really is. The time to kill is better, but the fact that we don't automatically like regain our shit back. Like, if you lose your armor, you're screwed until you figure out, oh, I can use this or that to like heal me back up. But otherwise, you're kind of screwed, especially if they run up on you. And honestly, it feels like this game is starting out like Division 1 did with the shotgunners. In Division 1, in the very beginning, we had these shotgunners that would just run at us, and they had way too much health and shields, and they could two-shot you. And so, like, you'd sit there and bang on them, but they just surround you and then knock you down. And there's nothing you could do. Somebody else was playing behind them. Yeah, it's happening a lot. It's happening a lot. And that's because, you know, I don't know. It's the old, you know, I've never understood it personally. Like, if I'm looking for car insurance and I see a car insurance company where Shaquille O'Neal is telling me you should use this car, I'm not going to use that car insurance company. Because I know how much money they paid Shaq to sponsor their company. Not to mention any company specifically. I think we all know what I'm talking about. But if they paid every dime they pay to him, they're going to add to my policy. Because they have to make that money to pay him off me. And they're hoping that because it's Shaq and, oh, I'm a Shaq fan, I'll just go ahead and pay that extra money. And so, like, that whole thing it's falling apart because people are getting wise to it. You know, they're starting to realize just because some superstar puts his name or her name behind a product, it doesn't mean that that product is any good. That product's probably garbage, and they just spent all their money on sponsorship. If people fall for that shit, they're high-key fucking retarded. I completely agree. I completely agree. So, I don't know. Anthem is, you know, that's what started this whole conversation, and I'm honestly, like, I'm amazed at this point, like, of how bad that is. Of just, like, how do you, I mean, here's the thing, it's not like that's like a 2-year development game. What's crazy is Apex Legends, which is another EA game, was a 2-year game. It literally was only in development for like 2.5 years. Anthem was in development for almost 7 years. Over 6 years they worked on that game. And the final product is what we got. Like, you gotta be kidding me. What the fuck was going on? Like, I can only assume that BioWare was just like, yeah, we're probably gonna get shut down anyways. EA owns us now. And so, like, they were just having orgy parties and getting fucked up on cocaine or something the whole time with all of EA's money, and then just develop this piece of shit game. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that they already just assumed that they were headed out the door. I don't know. The whole thing's just, it's crazy. I can't even think about it without getting mad. Like, it honestly makes me mad, because that's 6 years of development right there. I don't know. If EA's not to blame for that, I honestly, at this point, even if there was a chance to fix it, I wouldn't let BioWare do it. I would shut BioWare down. Because BioWare, and people are going to say, oh no, BioWare is, got such great games in the past. Yeah, they did, but it's not the same people. Like, that company is none of the same people. And so you got to shut them down. They clearly have no idea what they're doing. If they're going to fix Anthem, they need to get rid of BioWare and send that shit over to, like, Bethesda or one of these guys, is what they need to do. I mean, you can't even trust companies like Rockstar. I mean, what's it called? Not Grand Theft Auto. I mean, Grand Theft Auto Online failed in the long run. But Red Dead 2, their online has actually turned into a complete and total failure. It's tanked. And that's because Rockstar's not the same people anymore. And they suck. Yeah, Red Dead Online is trash. Trust me, you're not alone in that thinking. Literally everybody is like, what the fuck is this? It's just not good. It's like, once again, they just didn't test anything. They never actually sat down with a real player and said, all right, what's good and what's bad? They just took all their ideas of what they thought a video game should be and decided this is what it should be. And they were wrong, as they usually are. You have to listen to the players, the people who actually play the game. And that's why, like right now, we're in the beta of Division. Now, I'm a little bit pissed off because we're still getting stuck on cover. I know that's just one thing, but that was a huge thing from the closed beta. Everybody was bitching about that. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, you can't have that in here. You got to fix that. And the fact that it, the very beginning of my stream, that was the first thing you saw, was like the 4th time it happened to me in a row. And it's like, what the hell? How's that still in here? Which tells me they didn't change much from the closed beta. Now, I don't know, maybe they have, like, what they're working on and the fixes that they're putting in it, and then they just use the closed beta as the open beta, and that it will be fixed on the 15th, but it's worrisome. It's honestly worrisome. And, I don't know. I don't say that because I want the game to fail. I mean, I wanted Anthem to succeed. I really did. That was my Destiny 2 replacement. I'm bored as hell with Destiny 2. I'm done with it. And they keep updating PvP and Gambit. Neither one is a mode I want to play. They're not adding any PvE content. Any, like, base PvE content. No stories, no nothing. Even, like, the brand new gear that's supposed to come out in Season 6 or whatever. It's all Gambit. And so, like, if you don't like to play Gambit or Crucible, you're screwed. You're completely screwed. And it sucks because I've already paid for that content. And so, like, I don't know. Destiny 2 really pissed me off. I really thought Anthem was going to be that replacement. And, whoa, what happened? What happened? I guess I got kicked. I was probably sitting there too long without moving. That's probably on me. I don't think that's the game. I didn't get any errors or nothing. Yeah, it looks like it just kicked me. But I don't know. We definitely still got some issues here, but have hope for Division. I think they're going to do okay. Because they definitely have an amazing base. Like, what they've done here with, like, the upgrades they've given us and stuff. And I know people are bitching and they're saying, oh, Division 2 is just a copy of Division 1. Yeah, it's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a new version of Division 1. That's why it's called Division 2. Imagine if, like, Star Wars 1 came out and everybody loved it, and then they advertised Star Wars 2 and everybody's like, oh, let's go watch Star Wars 2, and it came out and it had completely different characters, completely different stories, had nothing to do with the first one whatsoever. Nobody would like that. Like, everybody would be like, what the hell is that shit? And we know that for a fact because when the last Star Wars movie that came out it was about some girl, and it literally had nothing to do with any of the other Star Wars movie. It tanked. It failed in the box office. Well, that's because it wasn't Star Wars. It wasn't the story we're used to. It wasn't what we were used to. And the exact same thing with Division. So when people gripe and say, oh, this is just a Division 1 copy, I say, well, you don't understand what a sequel is. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, and there you go. Yeah, that's my point, is like Anthem is Anthem 1. They're not like, it's not like copied off anything else. But I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand how you do that badly at a 6-year development AAA game. Like, it's I don't know. Even the guys that are defending it, like, I've watched a few of the videos of the guys who are defending it. And not so much to laugh at them, but to hear their point of view and say, is there something I'm missing? Because maybe they're finding something in the game that most of us aren't. You know, give them the benefit of the doubt. The thing is, they're not. They're all talking. All they do is say, I don't know why people are bitching about this, or I don't know why people. They don't ever say anything good about the game. Like, it's crazy. So I don't know. Anthem is gonna get. They had a chance. With this new update, they had a chance, and the guys who are trying to be positive about it and trying to keep their sponsorships are already claiming it's going to be this huge, massive update, and it's going to update all the loot. All they're doing, they're not changing drop rates. In a Reddit feed they did earlier, the developers from Anthem actually said they're not even going to take out the white and green gear when you hit level 30 now. They said they were going to. They're not doing that anymore. And so, like, literally this huge, massive loot update, all it is changing the little minor attributes that Masterwork weapons have. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's not going to fix the game. That doesn't fix... You have a difficulty tier game and 1 level loot. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So, I don't know. I could probably bitch about it forever, but it won't do any good. I have a feeling that the update's going to hit. People are going to spend about half an hour on it and go, wait a minute. This is exactly the same shit. Like, it's not any different. And then it's EA's going to come out and say, hey, we gave them a chance, and then they're going to shut down BioWare. I really believe that's what's going to happen. I don't think BioWare will survive the next 2-3 months. I think they're going to get shut down. Because you got to remember, you got all the new EA Sports titles are going to be coming out here in the next couple months. You know, coming into September is when all the huge titles hit. In between now and September, we'll have Madden 2020 coming out in, I believe that'll come out in like June or July or something like that. You'll have FIFA, which will come out in actually FIFA 2020 may not be that far away. It may be coming out here pretty soon. And then in September, you'll have the 2K games will start getting released and all that kind of stuff. EA's got a full plate coming. You know, their sports titles are their money. They're not going to waste time on a game that's already failed 3 fucking patches. Like, forget it. They're just going to shut them down. And I would presume, I'm no psychic, but I would presume that's probably what's going to happen with Anthem. It's gonna, they're just, the only reason they gave them this patch as a chance was because before they even did that, everybody was like, oh, watch, EA's gonna shut them down, and EA wants to stand back and say, no, we gave them a chance. So they don't get the finger pointed at them. So, I don't know. It's pretty sad, the state of gaming, the way it is right now. It's, I don't know. What can you say? My only wish right now with The Division is that whatever progress we make in this beta, I wish they would let us carry it over into the actual game. That's why I'm not too, like, I'm sitting here chatting and I'm probably talking your ear off, but I don't have too much interest in really getting into this game right now. Like, it's fun, I wanted to check it out, and it's good and everything. It's still got the same problems as the closed beta, but, you know, I already talked about that. But this is one of those games that you put hours and hours into just a few levels. I don't want to do all that and then have to redo it when the game comes out. So, like, the fact that they're not letting us carry anything over, I don't know. They still got the exact same problems as the beta. That worries me. That really worries me. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? Oh, there you go. Changes from the private beta. Yeah, okay, I was right. The only changes from the private beta is it's now unlocked for public access and save progression is reset. That's it. Major bug fixes. Let's see what we got. Improved NPC animations. Hadn't seen that. Overall stability. I will say the stability, like when I first started the game, one of the first things I thought was, wow, it just seems smoother. And so that's good. Call for backup frequency. That's still happening constantly. I don't know what they fixed there. Invincible Rusher. You may now kill him. Yeah, I don't know about that, because if I'm still getting stuck on cover. See, adjusted difficulty for missions. Yeah, I think everything got pumped up a little bit. See, that doesn't make any sense. Adjusted in-game difficulty and respawn. What in-game difficulty? You can only go to level 7. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, see, they really didn't do anything. There's really no difference between this and the closed beta. Still seems like all the same problems. Which is kind of sad, Division. Like, you could have done a lot better than that. You could have fixed all the problems that were in the open or the closed beta, and then people would have played the open beta and been like, holy shit, like it's already so much better, and they didn't do that. I think that was a huge mistake. So, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. It's not horrible, but that really bugs me that they didn't fix anything. Literally, in their own patch notes, they didn't fix anything from the closed beta to the open beta. Like, that's it. That's crazy. That is crazy. And the biggest bug we had was getting stuck on cover, and it's not even in the notes. Like, that's crazy. That tells me it's like a major fix that they don't know how to fix it yet. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I don't know. Let's see here. Live chat. Hey Samo, are you still on here, man? If I lost you, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of this. Because I literally, in the closed beta, I played all the way through. Like, level 7, did every mission it would let me do, all that stuff. There's no point in doing it again, especially if they didn't fix anything. So, and it looks like it. So, I'm going to jump off. That's going to do it for me. I don't want to say the game's bad. The game's not bad, but damn, Ubisoft, you really should have fixed the major stuff, and clearly you didn't, and that's worrisome. That's really worrisome. Sandman out.